Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Everybody. Good morning over there on the tubes. Hello, tubes. How we doing, YouTube? We're going to be going live here in 30 seconds. Yes. Andrew, Akeem the Dream. How are yous? Oh, we have a new, let's see what we got here. Oh. All right, let's do it. Are you ready? Good morning, everybody. Let's go. It is the end of the week. Everyone on YouTube, start tapping. You got to start tapping early. SM, hello, Travis. Good morning to you, my good man. Let's go over there on the tubes. Andrew the Believer. JDM. Yes. Andrew with the popular, the heart me. Get your heart me's in, everybody. Get those heart me's in. SSS is over here. Let's go. Davion's in the house. OMZ. Davion. Let's go, family. Davion, OMZ, they keep coming. Let's go. Gurpreet, what's up, my friend? How are you, my good man, Gurpreet? Let's go to the moon today. Tap, tap, tap. If you are here for the first time, hit that follow button. We would love to have you part of the community. Mark Mesa is in the house with the heartbeats. Shelly Stringer. We got a new, look at this little guy. We got a new one on the board. Look at that little beauty animal. Isn't that a cute little thing? Shelly Stringer with the shares. Everyone start sharing it out. Start tapping. If you're not tapping, you're napping. Let's go. JJ Challenger is in the house. While you guys, and we were waiting for those 10,000 likes, we're going to map these out for you, all right? The facial blaster with the heartbeat. Thank you, facial. Remember, get your heartbeats in. Gurpreet says, take them to the moon. That's what I'm talking about, JDM. That's what I'm talking about, JDM. You can pin your own comment, JDM. You do have moderations. Manny, hello. Hello, my Manny. April Stapleton with the heartbeat. Good morning. There it is. Look at that beautiful thing. Sheba. Sue with the Sheba. Thank you, Travis Gurpreet. Over there, Andrew the Believer and Akeem the Dream on the YouTubes. Remember, the super chats are open over there on YouTube. Goal is 5. Let's go, let's go. We are at 4.8 thousand likes. Lavonde Lamb, hello. Aaron, good morning to you. Manny being Manny with the TGIF. OMZ. Tenny Flus is in the house, everybody. Good morning, Tracy. How are you? Hello, my Tracy. Be young. See you later, Be young. See you later. Bye-bye. Let's go, everyone. Hello, Battle Bozzy. How are you? Yes. We are at 9.3 thousand. Adin, welcome aboard, Adin Morales. Good to see you. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Voss. I've been doing this 21 years trading. And as you could see yesterday on MU and Google, we had them on watch. They went down like we told you they would go down because we were in position 3, and me and our VIPers, we racked it up on MU yesterday, everybody. You silly gooses, you're not going to the moon. Only an amateur's going to a moon here yesterday. We boom to the downside, everybody. Welcome to the world of professional trading, everybody. Welcome. You are now here and protected under our bubble. The bullshit ends today for you. The guessing. Here we go on this market. All roads lead back to the 20. We are in a neutral state, bearish neutral state. We are in position 2 to the upside, currently here on the SPY. We're going to be choppy right out of the gate today. It's Friday. Look at our state. Look at our position. You know, coming into the market today, we're going to be choppy just by looking at this chart. Most people don't see it. All they see is that gap up, and they think they're going to the moon. You're not going to the moon, all right? On the 5-minute right now, you have room up to that pivot right there, 637. 637 will be our first pivot of a resistance to the upside, so please mark that down. As we head over to the 15, under the whip zone, you want to get under 629.94, okay? Under 629.94, and you'll have room down to that 1 hour 200 at 627 here on Miss Market. Anything you want to see, put it in the chat, the symbol, please, and we will go over it for you this morning. Good morning, Adam. SoFi, let's do it. SoFi right now, you are in a narrow state on SoFi. You are in position 2 to the upside currently here on a SoFi, all right? You're going to watch your pivot point right here at 2250. 2250 is your first resistance to the upside on SoFi. Under the whip zone of 2180, your first level of support is 2167 here on SoFi. Your 15-minute looks good, okay? If you get over 2243 with a retest, you will have room up to $23 here on SoFi. AMD, let's go. Tap. We got 207 shares already. Right now here on AMD, we have a narrow state. We are in position 2. Alerts here on AMD. Narrow state right now here on AMD, looking pretty good, okay? Your first pivot here on AMD is going to be right around 176. Please mark that down. It's major resistance. 176, your first hold number to the upside. Back under the whip zone of 171, you have room down to 169. That is where your 15-minute, your 5 minutes 200 will be waiting for you there to the downside. Also, know here on AMD, you have support underneath you now because you have your 15-minute 200 that you are above. You want to stay above this 15-minute 200 for room up to the pivot up here, okay? You see this base right around 178. Your first stop is 176. Over that with a retest, you have room up to the top of this base at 178. If you get under this 200 on the 15-minute with a retest, you are coming back through the whip zone, everybody, at 174. So make sure you mark that level down. Tesla, let's go, let's go. Right now on Tesla, we are narrow. We are in the whip zone on Tesla in this narrow state. We're going to sound it. Alert, alert on Tesla, narrow, okay? Remember, under the whip zone of 317.93. Your first level of support here will be 316 on Tesla, so mark that down, all right? As we go up on the 15-minute, under 317.93, your next level of support will be 313. Make sure you mark that down. That is your 15-minute 200. So 313 area for your 15-minute 200 and 316 area of support for your 5-minute 200. That is under the whip zone of 317.93. Make sure you mark those levels down, okay? On Tesla, above 322.36, you will have room up to 330.50. 330.50, you got a double top. Andrea Rodriguez, Candy, Adam, User. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Thank you for those donations. I appreciate you all. Shelly Galvin with the Sheba. Yes. Make sure we're tapping over there on YouTube. I don't see any hearts going up. I will shut you down. Apple. We are at 26,000 over here on TikTok. Right now here on Apple, we are in a narrow state. We are in position 1. Alert, alert. I got a little Apple yesterday. Anybody else get a little Apple Rooney yesterday? Huh? Under the whip zone of 219, you want to get under the whole number, you'll have room back down to 213.50. That's where your 5-minute 200 is waiting for you to the downside for support, okay? You also, right here at 215, you have your Apple 15-minute base of pivots. So mark that down as well. Currently to the upside here on Apple Rooney, as we pull this back, okay, you have room up to 225 on Apple. That'll be your first level of resistance. You'll be testing that with a triple top up there at 225 on Apple. Mark that down. I'm going to put Apple on watch here at the open, okay, for a possible move to the upside to try to go test that 225 area. Mighty with the rose, Jules with the dolphin. Thank you. Remember, this is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. You must trade at your own risk, folks, and trading is risky. Amazon. Right now on Amazon, we are in a neutral bearish state here on Amazon. We are in position 1 currently on Amazon. Your first level of resistance here is 224. Mark that down. You got a base of pivots right there on the 5-minute. 224 with a retest, and then you have room up to 226 here on Amazon to the upside. First level of resistance, second level of resistance to the upside here on Amazon. If you get under 221, you have room down to 219.50. That's where your 5-minute 200 is going to be here on Amazon. Your 15-minute looks pretty good. You're nice and tight. Also around 219, you also have your hourly 20 right there as support. Folks, on the hourly, watch this 200, 224. That's where your pivots are also on the 15 that we just talked about. NIC with the $1.99 super chat over there. NIC. Thank you, NIC. NQ. I mean, these are the levels from yesterday. I just want to tell you all. Okay? Look. Okay? All right. And Q to the moon. All right, currently here on NQ, Teddy Flows with the $1.99 super chat over there. Thank you, my Teddy. Here's what we got here on the Qs. You got to get under 23, 518, 75. And then you have room down to your 15-minute 200, 23, 463, 51. Mark both of these levels down, okay, to the downside. You got to get back over 23, 582, 50 for a move up to 23, 640 here on NQ. Mark those levels down, everybody. Isaac Andrews with the $1.99 super chat PLTR for our Isaac. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh boy, PLTR, we are in a narrow state. We are in position 2. Alert, alert. PLTR currently right here. You're going to watch your hold numbers, all right? Your first level of resistance is 184.50. Then you're going to watch 185, 186, and 187 to the upside here on PLTR. Those are your hold numbers, okay? Under 179.82, you got room back down to 178. That'll be your first test of support here on PLTR to the downside, okay? Under 177.73 to the downside, you have room down to 170 hold number. That'll be your base of pivots for support on PLTR. To the upside, just watch the high there, okay? And then watch your 185, 186, 187. Also, remember, all my beautiful traders, 70% of all new highs will fail. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. I appreciate that. Marcus, Moxie, Crystal, yes, Free, Measy, Ballo, Mighty, Moxie again. With all those beautiful donations, we got 4 Shibas on the board, everybody. How are we doing today? Do we feel good? Are we going to end the week strong? Are we going to end the week strong in the markets, everybody? Who here has a green week in the market? Say me. Who here has a red week in the market? Say red. Who is green this morning and who is red? Alex is red, green, Shelly. Who cares about the news? Red, green, green. Yes, look at all these VIPers. Yes, the VIP is open. Welcome to all our new VIPers. To see you, good to see you in there. To get into VIP, you are going to head over to theVossTrading.com. That is where you're going to go to get into VIP. This weekend, you can start studying all the VIP educational material. And Monday, you will have a totally new look on how the market works, okay? TheVossTrading.com is where you're going to go. What else are we looking at? Mike Aaron Jones with 2 Shibas on the board. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. MU. Oh, MU. Oh, MU. All right, so far we got AMD on watch, and then, of course, we got to put MU on watch. Alert, alert. We are in a narrow state, position 1 to the upside here on MU, okay? Your first stop is right there, resistance at 114. Mark that down. 114 is your first set of resistance on MU to the upside. You get over 114 with a retest, you got room up to 115 here on MU. That'll be your next stop, okay? Coming back under the whip zone, because just because we're in position 1 to the upside doesn't mean we're staying there. Under 111, you got room down to 110. First set of support on MU. It looks good. MU and AMD are on watch this morning at the bell. All right, JJ Challenger. That's all right. Keep working hard, my friend. SMCI. Keep working hard, all my beautiful traders. Rome wasn't built in a day. Right now, we are in a neutral state here on SMCI, and we are in the whip zone, currently in this neutral state. Above the whip zone of 47.27, you will have room up to $49. That's your first level of resistance. You got a 200 there, you got a whole number, and you got a pivot. You got the triple NIMBY right there, all right? The triple deuce on SMCI, 49, major resistance to the upside. Back under 46.55, your first level of support will be $46, whole number on SMCI. You get under $46 with a retest, and you're coming back down to $45. First stop, second stop, right there on SMCI. Meta, and then Boeing. Let's see what we got here on Meta. Oh, Meta. Meta right now, we are in a neutral state to the downside. We're in the whip zone. Anything to the downside, and it's going to be a little upside. It's going to be a little choppy, okay? Above 766.73, 767, whole number. Boom, right there is your 5-minute 200, 767.76. So 768, you have major resistance to the upside here on Meta. Let's keep going up the board, okay? You want to get above 768 to the upside, above 768 with a retest, and then you have room right there to 775. Mark that down, 775, okay? Under the whip zone of 760, under the whole number, you have room back down to 753 here on Meta. Tracy says over there on YouTube, the VIP will turn your red to green. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. If you want to learn how to trade, you love trading, you're sick of losing, we are going to turn it around for you. If you come in and you work hard, I'll fix your issues. Netflix, let's go. Right now, we are in a narrow state here on Netflix. We are in the whip zone. Alerts, alerts here on Netflix. Above the whip zone of 1180.53, you have room up to 1187. 1187 will be your first pivot point. Over that, your next pivot point is 1191 here on Netflix, okay? Those are your two spots of resistance above the whip zone of 1180.53. Coming back down under the whip zone, 1172.73, you will have room down to 1169 on Netflix. Thank you, Moreno. Thank you, everybody. Two more. Sheba's on the board. Let's go. Boeing. How we doing over there on the tubes? Tapping. I like it. I like it, my beauties. All my beautiful YouTubers and my TikTokers. All right, currently here on Boeing, we are in a neutral state to the upside. We're in position 2. You got to be careful here because you're already starting to get a little wide on Boeing, and you got your little gap here, okay? Remember, on Boeing, you do have room up to 230.37. Mark that down. 230.37 to the upside. Coming back down under 226 here on Boeing, you have room down to 225.59. That's going to be your first level of support. 225.59. Under 225.59 with a retest, you'll be coming back down to 224 here on Boeing. All right, so be careful to the upside on this, trying to get to that pivot up there because you're starting to get a little, you're already neutral. As you start making your way up, you're going to start getting wider here, okay? So your momentum to the upside will not be that great. Intel for Fit Wakely over there on the tubes. So we pull this chart up on Intel, INTC, and we're in a neutral state here currently. We're in position 2 to the upside here on Intel. On the 5-minute, boom, first level of resistance on INTC is $20.09. You got to get over that 200 on the 5-minute, okay? As we come up the board here above $20.20 with a retest, you will have room up to that triple top, $20.50 here on Intel. As we come back down the board here on Intel, under 1969, get under the whip zone, you will have room down to 1938 and then $19 hold number. Boom and boom on Intel. Esther Lopez with the rose. Shelly Stringer with the goat. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you guys so much. Nvidia. All right, currently here on NVIDIA, we are in a neutral state position too. NVIDIA is the gift that keeps on giving here. Beautiful. You got room on NVIDIA. We're going to put you at the top here, okay? 184. First level of resistance is going to be that whole number. Major resistance, all right? Already rejected off of it twice here. Big time. 184, major resistance to the upside here on NVIDIA. Coming back under 179, under the bottom of the whip zone. You have room to 178. That's where your 15-minute 200 there. Major support level. You want to get under 178 with a retest, and then you're coming back down to 169 on NVIDIA. Thank you for the follows, everybody. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. Hillary with the heartbeat. Master of Fall with the chilies. Shelly with the goat. Esther, Mike Jones, yes. Let's go. Google. Google, currently we are in a narrow state. We are in position 2 here on Google. Alerts, alerts. Now, with Google here, you got to be careful. Your first level of resistance is 198. This whole number right here, 198. This entire area is a resistance, all right? 198 on Google. You get over 198 with a retest, and you have room up to 198.71, the 199 whole number area here, okay? Be careful with these pivots. Be very, very careful here on Google. Back under the whip zone of 195 to the downside, okay? You got your 200 here, 195.11. So make sure you get under the whole number of 195. Under the whole number. Everyone repeat that. Under the whole number. Then you're coming back down to 187. Bump, 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 bump. Trinity! Apple. All right, here at Apple, we got Apple on watch, we got AMD on watch, and we got MU on watch. Alerts, alerts here on Apple. So what we got going on here on Apple? First stop to the downside, okay? Under 219, you will have room down to 216.50 and then 216 area. Under, that's where your next pivot is. Under 216, you got room down to 215 here to the downside on Apple. Mark those down. Now, we are in position 1. We are in a narrow state on Apple. We're going to pull back our hourly here just a tad. And you have room up to this triple top, 225 on Apple. 225. Master of all with the Shebas and the Rose. Thank you, master of all. I appreciate you. Let's get some roses today, guys. Let's hammer some of them roses. Go Preet! Go Preet! Go Preet to the moon! Timo, thank you for the heart me. Sue, Shelly, thank you guys. Miss Market, let's see what we got on Miss Market. Nobody asked for the cues. All right, right now on SPY, we are in a bearish neutral state. We are in position 2 to the upside here on Miss Market, okay? You got room up to 637. Mark that level down. 637 to the upside. Back under the whip zone of 629.94, you have room down to 629 hold number. Boom, first stop. Under 629 hold number, you got a triple bottom here. 628. Boom, okay? Mark those levels down. And I see the cues. Where's my beautiful Kaya? Where's my beauty Kaya? Is she in the house today? The cues. Anyone get MU or Google at the open yesterday? I put it on watch. Anybody? Other than my VIPers? Anybody? The cues right now, you are in a neutral state. You are in position 2 to the upside. You got room on the cues up to 573.33. 573.33, okay? Good job, Shelly. Good job. To the downside, you want to get under 565.80. You don't want to short under the whip zone into 565.80. You want to get under 565.80, okay? To the downside, then you'll have room down to 565. 15-minute 200 right there on the cues. Jamie, thank you for the follow. Yes, if you're here for the first time, hit that follow button, everybody. Let's see those follows coming in. We'll give you a beautiful shout out. Uber. Smith with the follow. Brolio with the follow. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Right now on Uber, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone here on Uber. To the downside on Uber, your first level of support is 89.63. Mark that down. Under 89.63 with a retest, you have room down to 88.84, $89 whole number, and then 88.50. Mark those levels down. Okay, first stop, boom. Second stop, boom. Third stop, boom. Right there, watch those pivots coming back down. Why must we watch these pivots, my beautiful traders, coming back down? Because what was once a resistance going up is now support coming back down. Back over 92.76. Get over $93 here on Uber to the upside. You'll have room up to 93.61. That is your first stop, okay? 93.61. Then you got that double top there at $94. Mark that down. SYH, good morning to you. Margaret, if you don't know that, you shouldn't be trading. The question you should be asking is, how do I get into the VIP, Voss, so I can learn how to do this myself? I'm going to tell you right now, beautiful Margaret. You're going to head over to the VossTrading.com. Yes, that's where you're going to go. $49.99 a month. Nice and cheap. Or $449 for the entire year. You get 3 months free. Here at the VossTrading.com, this is where we're going to teach you how to trade. We are going to give you a fishing pole, and we're going to go teach you how to go catch those fish here in the market. That is what you want. Good morning, Steel Hansen. Good to see you. Coin. Or you could just keep losing in the market. The choice is yours. Coin right now, we are in a neutral state. Yes, we are in position 1 to the upside here on Coin. Currently under, we're going to start to the downside, under 307. Your first level of support is 305. Mark that down, 305, okay? Right now, you got room up to this base here, 316 above. You're in position 1. I'll give you position 1. 312.66, 313 area. You have room up to 316 right here on Coin, and then 317. Touch Voss's head for good luck. There you go, everybody. Andrew the Believer with the GOAT, Master of All with the Chilies, Adorable Dad, Sue Felicia with the title gift of the roses, Shelly Stringer. Right here on Meta, we are in the whip zone. We are in a neutral state to the downside. Above 767, you have room up to 767.76. That's where your first level of resistance is. That is Meta, the 200. You want to get over 768. All right, above 768 here on Meta, you will have room up to 774. That is your next level of pivots, okay? 774 and then 775 on Meta. As we talked about a little while ago, we got to get under 760 to the downside. Under 760 to the downside. And then you'll have room down to 753. There's your first level of support. How we doing, everybody? It is August 8th. Are we green for the month of August, or how red are you? Is your August just like your July and your June and your May? Red, 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 and red again. IWM. Right now, we are in a narrow state on IWM in position 2. All right, here on IWM, you got room up to 221.50. That's resistance, 221.50, and then 222, okay? I'm going to pull this back for you so you can see this. First level of resistance is right here, 221.50, then 222, and then 223 right there. Those are 3 whole numbers. Mark those levels down, okay? Under the whip zone of 218.90. Under 218.90, you have room back down to 217 right there. Mark it. Reddit. We're going to do Reddit. The one thing I want to say to all of our beautiful VIP traders is I'm very, very proud of you all. Because every month we have a new batch of VIP traders. The bell goes off for them. And they start winning and stacking up winning trades in a row, in a row, in a row, in a row, in a row. They start to see it. They've been practicing. They've been learning what we're teaching them. And then they have their moment. And then they start getting those wins under their belts. For all of you who are struggling right now, your time hasn't come yet because you haven't put the work in yet to become a good trader. You got to put the work in. Brian Weingarten in our VIP, congratulations to you. I think he's on his level now. He's got the discipline in check. Davion, one of our top traders in the VIP, has been with us from the start. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Candy in there, okay? Those are the 3 to watch in the VIP as they embark on their move to the upside here as professional traders. I'm so happy for you guys. We are in a narrow state in the whip zone on Reddit. Alert, alert. Here on Reddit to the downside. Under 209, you have room down to 206. That's your first level of support. Mark that down. 206, okay? Here on Reddit. But before, we got to change that because we got to check the higher time frames. Under 209, you have room down to 208 first. 208 because your 15-minute 200's in your way. First level of support is 208 here on Reddit, and then 206, all right? Under the whip zone, 209, boom, and then your pivot right there, 208 and 206. Mark that down. Coming back up above 213, above the whole number here on Reddit, you will have room up to 217 above the whip zone, 217. Sadaka with the popular user. Thank you. Andrew the Believer. Thank you so much, everybody. The Qs. Right here on the Qs, we are in a neutral state, position 2. You got room up to 571.50 and then 573.50. 34. So call it 573, whole number, top of your pivot. Watch this little pivot right here at 571.50, okay, on the cues. Coming back down under the whip zone, under 566, you have room down to 565. Boom, boom, first level of support. Hot hands, hello, hot hands. Tony, don't put a bias in, my friend. That's the worst thing you can do, okay? You trade what the market tells you to trade. Miss Market will tell you what to do, and you just follow what she says. If we're going up in an event and position in the correct state, you're going to the long. Susanna Pena, good morning to you. The Googaroonies. The Googaroony. The Googlers. Here we go. Narrow state, position 2. Reason this is not on watch is because you got a resistance right there. Look at that. Triple top right here, okay? Be careful. 198 whole number. You got a triple top. Be careful, okay? Then your next level will be 198.38 and then 199 on Google to the upside. Boom and boom, okay? On Google. Let me move this back here for you so I can show you. Be careful. Boom, boom, and boom. Got major resistance there, okay? On Googlers. Under 195, get under the whole number. You have room back down to 194.44, first stop. Then you're coming back down to 193.61, next stop, okay? Watch those pivots. Gurpreet, you've been in a VIP a while now, and you're asking, what is the main things to watch out for today in terms of general market? We don't care. You are trading your setups. You are trading the chart, Gurpreet. That is all. Okay? That is all. The main things to watch is your support and resistance, your state, your position, A+ setup, etc., etc. AMD. You guys are trying to make the market something it isn't. Why do you keep doing that? We are in a narrow state in position 2 here on AMD. Be careful. Pivot right here at 176. I don't like to go long right into a whole number because you're going to reject off of it. Above 176 with a retest is going to put me in position 3. I want to be too high up. So AMD was on watch. But before the bell goes off, I need this to pull back. Okay? 176 to the upside. Under 171 here on AMD. Your first level of support is 169. Hillary, yes, the VIP is open, everybody. You know where to find the VIP. The link is in the bio. Or head over to thevosstrading.com. That'll get you in the VIP. Immediately, you can start watching all of the education videos. So you can start learning what the hell to do in the market. PLTR, yes. So PLTR, you are currently in a narrow state in position 2 to the upside, okay? Watch this pivot point up here at 184.50. Watch that, all right? Remember, 70% of all new highs will fail. You got room up to 185, 186. Those are your whole numbers, 187, all right? On PLTR, under the whip zone of 179.82, you have room back to 178 right here. First level of support. Do I think Nvidia will hit 182, Ray? Hold on. Wizard! Can I have my hat, please? Yeah, thank you. Will Nvidia hit 184? Okay, thank you. All right, I'll tell them. We have no idea. C. Love you, Ray. Love you. All right, here we go on C. Right here on C, we're in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone. That's the only thing we know at the moment here on C, okay? Hey, what happened to my... Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, where'd that thing go? All right, on C, we currently are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone above 91.81. and you have room up to 92.85. That's because that's where your 15-minute 200 is. Your first level of resistance, $93, Trinity, okay? Above $92 to the upside. Coming back down here on C, under $91, you have room back down to $89.73. First level of support, and then $89 whole number here on C. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Hood. The Robinhood. Yes. How many of you trade on Robinhood and lose every day? Put me in the chat. Right now, we are in a narrow state on Robinhood. You have room up to 113. First level of resistance, 113 here on Robinhood. Mark that down, okay? You're in a narrow state on Robinhood. 113, above 113, you have room up to 113.50. That'll be your next level of resistance to the upside on Robinhood. 113, 113.50. Mark that down to the upside. Under the whip zone of 109, get under the whole number. 109, you're coming back down to 106. What do I trade on? A professional platform. It is called Sterling Trader Pro. Hector Isaias with the goats. Hillary with the roses. Thank you. Hamdi says, Microsoft, Daddy. All right, my sonny boy. My sonny boy. Here we go, Microsoft. All right, right now on Microsoft, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone. We are in a bearish neutral state. So let me ask you a question, everybody. If you get a move to the upside on Microsoft at the bell, are you taking that long, yes or no? If you are not taking a long, tell me why. If you are taking a long, tell me why. Put it in the chat. Weeble. Oof. Andrew says no. Julio, thank you for the follow. Katana Lim with the shares. Marina with the heart me. Thank you. How come we're not taking that long to the upside, guys? Because you are in a bearish neutral state. Okay? That 20's got to catch back up before you think about anything long on Microsoft. When it does catch up, you got room up to 525.51. That's your first level of resistance. 525.51. And then 525.64. Mark those levels down, okay? Back under the whip zone of 518.38. 518.38. Here on Microsoft, waiting for TradingView to catch up, you will have room down to 509.58. That's your first level of support. Apple. Hello? Yes. Oh, you use RSI? Oh, you're a damn fool. Okay, bye-bye. Hello? Yes? You use MACD? Oh, you're a damn fool. Bye-bye. Right now on Apple, we are in a narrow state, position 1. Yes, here on Apple. We're going to pull this back on Apple. You got room up to 225. That is your first level of pivots. 225 on Apple. Mark that down here on the Apple-licious. Okay, folks. Under the whip zone of 219.15. Get under 219 whole number. Under 219 whole number. Hello? What's that? You use trend lines? You're a damn fool. Goodbye. Hello? Yes, what's that? You use Bollinger Bands? You're a damn fool. Goodbye. Apple, under 219. We got room back down to 216. All right, watch that. Watch those pivots on Apple. Kaya, my beauty. I was looking for you, my Kaya. Yes. SMH. Hello, hello. I like this song. Hold on, I got to put this song on my list here, everybody. We like this song. We're going to have fun with this one. Tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of fun with that song. All right, here we go. We are in a neutral state currently. Whoa, what happened to my line? That phone better. Oh, there it is. Hello? Yes? You trade on Robinhood? You're a damn fool. Goodbye. Well, hello? You trade into whole numbers? Goodbye. Oh, Jesus. Hello? Yes? You don't trade with multiple time frames? You're a damn fool. Goodbye. Oh, somebody pick up the phone, for crying out loud. We are in a neutral state, position 1 to the upside here. It's Ring, Ring, Ring by Tyler, the Creator. Neutral state. That damn phone keeps ringing. All right, under 289. Get under the whole number. You have room down to 288 here on SMH. Kaya, above 292. That's where you're currently at. You got room up to your next pivot, my beautiful Kaya. 295. This phone rings way too much. That's all I have to say. We might have to get Tootsie to pick up that phone. What do you guys think? Should we get Tootsie to pick up this phone? PLTR. PLTR, we are in a narrow state. We are in position 2. Watch that pivot right there. I'm telling you, watch that. 184.50, okay? Then you got room up to 185, 186, whole numbers going up. Remember, 70% of all new highs will fail, all right, here on PLTR. Under 179.82, you got room down to your first level of support, 178, right there. Luli! Luli! With the roses. Shelly Galvin with the roses. Let's go. Eli Lilly for Nicolette. Hello, Nicolette. How are you, sweetheart? LLY. Good to see all these different traders we have out there. You know that? It is beautiful. I love seeing all these beautiful traders. We are in a narrow state here on Eli Lilly. Take a little fall there, huh? Look at that mess. All right, I got to mark these out for you, all right? Nicolette, I got to mark this out for you. All right, Nicolette, here we go on Eli Lilly. Narrow state, position 1. First stop, 678. 678, okay? 678. Under the whip zone for a short here, you got to get under 638.40, and you're coming back to 625 and then 613. You ain't going to get levels like this anywhere else, I can tell you that right now. Only Dan with the heartbeat. Get your heartbeats in. You're welcome, Nicolette, and welcome aboard. What's up, Only Dan, my man? Maria Guerrero, Amazon. Can we finish those roses off, everybody? Can we? If not, I understand. But if you can, let's finish them off. We are in a neutral state on Amazon. We are in position 1. Yes. You got room on Amazon up to, well, hold on. Hold on. Let me check these higher time frames. See? Got to check those higher time frames. Here on Amazon, you have room up to this 200. Hourly 200. Major resistance there. 224. Okay? 224. First stop here on Amazon. Mark that down to the upside. Watch that resistance. Then you have room up to 226. That'll be your 15-minute pivot. Mark that down. Coming back under the whip zone for a short, under 221 hold number. You want to get under the hold number of 221. Here on Amazon, then you'll have room down to 219.50. This is why you must trade on multiple time frames, everybody. You don't know what support or resistance will be in your way. If you are just trading on one time frame only, you are only hurting yourself, okay? Joe Crow with the rose. JT, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's see what AMD is doing. Is that sucker still going up? Need a pullback on this, folks, okay? Watch that pivot on AMD, 176. You got a hold number. Do not go long, boom, into a hold number. You'll get rejected right off of it, okay? So be careful there on AMD. Under 171 and get under the hold number here on AMD. You'll have room down to 169. SOUN for Hogan Hawk. Let's go. Hogan Hawk, are you there? Hello. SoundHound, the old penny stack. We are in a narrow state here on SoundHound. Where's that gap? Where's that gap? There it is. 1329. Knew something was up on this. All right, 1329. You are in a narrow state. You are already up there. Way up there. Way up there. Whoops. Whoops. What just happened? What was that? What's that? What's that? Got a weekly pivot right there. All right. So look, we are narrow, way up there in position 3. $13.55 and $14. You have major resistance. SoundHound, I hate to tell you this, bring it back. Next, Joe Crow with the TGIF. Yes, JT. Thank you. Why is that a fake Voss right there? Let's see. Yep, a fake Voss trying to tag my girl. Bye-bye, fake Voss. You're out of here. XRP for Krista. XRP to the moon. Here we go. Here we friggin' go again. All right, XRP. Let's mark these out. All right, it's very simple here on XRP, all right? XRP, you got some resistance coming up. Above 336.06, boom and boom. 338.46 and 340.55. This is major resistance above you on XRP after making that move. Back under, as we know, 330.23. You got room down there to 326.87. This is where you're holding on for dear life right here. 326.87, because if you don't with a retest, watch out. You're coming back down to 312.27. Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Desiree with the rose. John with the rose. Come on, everybody. Hammer those roses. We are at 129,000 likes. We got to do a tap blitz. 1, 2, 3. YouTube, TikTok, tap. Let's go. Bump, 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 bump. Let's go, let's go. We tap it over there on the tubes. MU. All right, on MU, we have this on watch. MU's on watch. This is my number one over AMD right now, okay? We're in a narrow state. We got to watch this pivot right here. 112. 112.39 right here. 112.36, 39 area. Watch that pivot, okay? Above 112.36, we have room up to 113.67, 114. I have this on watch. I want to try to get up to that 114 area first. All right. Back under the whip zone of 111. Get under the whole number. 111. Under that whole number. You will have room back down to 110. Mark that down on MU. All right, folks. Can we finish these roses off? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you, Desiree, John, Desiree, Joe Crow. Want to see what AMD's doing here. AMD and MU are the ones I'm watching here. Just watch this pivot, guys. 176. Don't trade, boom, into that pivot of a whole number, okay? Right here, you got a double top, man. Look at it. Look at it. Boom, boom. Watch that. Technically a triple top. Watch that. 176 level. I'm telling you. All right? I'm telling you. Remember, this is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. SoKey, no. Nope. Can't answer that. Right now. Because we're in a narrow state. All right? We're not that far away from the narrow state. So even off of that whole number, I'm not shorting that. Nope. A cup and handle? A cup and handle? Thank you, Katana Lim. Yes, we're having her in those roses. I have a cup here, but it doesn't have a damn handle. Why not? It don't have a handle. Shelly Galvin, Sue Felicia, my beauties. Danielle, my other beauty. OMZ, John, Desiree, Joe Crow. JT to the moon. Meg Cherry. Crystal, Only Dan. Luli, Marina, Hector, Isaiah, yes. Thank you for all those donations. Henry and Rodriguez, let's go. Angela Believer, JDM, Davion, OMZ, Marcus, let's go. Facial Blaster, April Stapleton. User, Powder, Jules, Mighty, Palo, Measy, Free, Crystal, Moxie, Marcus, Master of them all. Timo, Josh, Norman, thank you, adorable dad, for all those donations. Come on, baby. We are at 144,000 likes. The VIP is open, everybody. Get in there. We are going to teach you how to trade. Stop losing. There's no reason to keep losing. Esther Lopez, let's go. Let's go, team. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the tapping. Let's head over to Baba. Baba Curley, we are in a narrow state. You are in position 2 to the downside here on Baba. Just know you have a 200 right above you at 119.37. It's pointing up, so that won't be major resistance back to the upside, okay? So I wouldn't worry about that too much. What you got to worry about is right here, 118.70. Right there is your hourly 15-minute 200. That is support. First level of support on Baba to the downside. If you get under this with a retest, you have room back down to 117. Baba, back over the whip zone, above 121. You have room up to 122. That'll be your first level of resistance. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Gurpreet says Voss is the best in the game. Thank you, Gurpreet. Thank you, Francisco Scuderi. Let's go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will be back on tomorrow, everybody. We're on every day, Monday through Sunday. We'll see you tomorrow. VIP, we'll see you in the VIP chat here in about 5 minutes. I will give you some analysis in there. I love you all so much. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support you give every single time we go live. I love you all, and I love you, my VIP. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there.